What's up, everyone? It's Mika here from Seriously Loco. Phil will be joining us shortly. Welcome to the Seriously Loco Watch Along, Hartford Athletic hosting our beloved El Paso Locomotive FC in just the second ever meeting between these two sides. Last time, the first ever meeting between these two sides, we played out to a 1-1 draw with Diego Abarca scoring the lone goal. Very nice goal for Diego, to be fair. So we don't have a lot of They are mired in the bottom half of the Eastern Conference table, and we are mired in the bottom half of the Western Conference table. So these are two teams that desperately need 3 points. And Hartford got close to getting a point against the best team in the East, Pittsburgh. But then Pittsburgh scored a fourth goal. So good evening to you as well, Eric. You're the early adopter, of course. You're always the first in here, which I appreciate. Phil will be joining us shortly. He's just getting alcohol, to my knowledge. He says he can't do this sober, so I don't think we could blame him. But anyway, talking about the lineup, Noah Dolenmeyer, the new signing on loan from LAFC and MLS, yet to make his MLS debut, if I'm not mistaken, but has been playing for the MLS Next Pro side. He comes in 6'6" defender, left-footed. So imagine that he'll play on the left side alongside McHugh as Jose Carrillo makes way. He's had a bit of a torrid start to his time in El Paso Locomotive. So we'll see what Noah can bring. Still no Lucho Solniak, still no Eder Borelli. So it's Gomez Zacarias up top, as we've come to expect. Chapa Herrera comes in for Eric Calvillo, who doesn't make the squad at all, and has been handed the captain's armband. So the El Pasoan going to be leading us tonight. But otherwise, it's as you were. Navarro, McHugh, Petrovic, Rose, Costician, Lyons, Diaz in goal. Things we've come to expect. But, guys, these are two teams that desperately need 3 points. Locomotive have not won since early June. The summer has been absolutely brutal for us. I'd like to hear from the chat what it's going to take for us to get 3 points tonight, or even a point. But yes, no Lucho in the squad again for the second straight game. Haven't heard anything on our end about whether there's been an injury or if he's just being rested. My gut tells me he's just being rested, but time will tell, I guess. So it is 5 o'clock now. Let's see if the stream is working. Should be. There we go. All right. Yeah, now Logue on the bench tonight. He actually was subbed relatively early as well. I think in like the 55th minute or something against Pittsburgh. If I'm not mistaken, he's Hartford's captain, so that's interesting. As we see our first look at Trinity Health Stadium in Hartford, Connecticut, looking like a hot, humid day as it is on the East Coast. Second ever meeting with Hartford, so this should be interesting. And here was Hartford scoring 3 straight goals to come back and equalize, but ultimately they lost 4-3. And here's Antoine Hopeno, 2 goals, 2 assists. He had a goal and an assist in his last game, so the former Detroit man starting to heat up a little bit for Hartford, who desperately need points. So chat, what are we drinking tonight? Because y'all got to drink something to get through the form that Locomotive is in. So this Hartford side looks like they're going to play their 5-3-2 with Elvis Ammo and Antoine Hopno up top. I mean, that's a good strike partnership. They've rotated out of midfield, but Sadie's in there as you'd expect, and then Rice in goal. So Joe Rice, the 27-year-old American. Um, yeah, I think this is a Hartford side that is severely underperforming, and it looks like the change from Tab Ramos has not exactly worked. Oh shit! I think I've removed Phil. Phil, what's up?
I'm back. I'm here.
I was like, do I need to do something to add him? And then I ended up removing you. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. I just asked the chat what they're drinking. Eric's on the pineapple cider from Austin East Ciders. What about you? Because I know you have something on deck.
I have a side bourbon sidecar, so sub bourbon
Ooh,
for the brandy in a sidecar.
or the cognac.
Very
Yeah,
s- or yeah, whichever.
yeah.
Yeah, cognac. So
I
so yeah, bourbon
love a good
instead.
sidecar.
Bringing a little bit more heat. Uh, because yeah, it's gonna be necessary. Trying to purge some of the bad juju that we've been experiencing.
Definitely. What do you make of the lineup?
Well, like I'm I'm concerned in general just because of how everybody's performed. So every name on the team sheet is like somewhat concerning because we've just been so off the boil. But I guess like my first initial reaction was obviously seeing Calvillo out, and we talked about the fact that Dolenmeyer was probably going to get thrown right in the deep end.
Yeah.
And it has happened. I'm sure you've talked about that.
Yes.
But yeah, it's one of those things where it is an immediate need. Curios obviously like struggled to adapt. So like there had to be someone to come in. McHugh starting again, it's just like, man, this guy he can't get out of the team if he wanted to. like, um,
Yeah. No,
and
it's
but yeah, Chapa Rose, I think just Calvillo not starting like always gives a little pause. And I don't think he traveled either, so he's like totally out.
yeah.
Um, but it seems like the same shape, I guess. Like it seems like we've gone with
Yeah.
McHugh, Dolenmeyer, Navarro as the three center backs, with Petrovic and Miles Lyons as wing backs,
Yeah.
and Dennis Kostishin kind of as like a floating playmaker, or like on the right of a front three, maybe like I guess that's what we've been doing, right? Is a 5-2-3.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I guess Kostishin can kind of float, but I mean, speaking about Hartford, they've got Hopno on a goal and assist last time against Pittsburgh. Elvis Amo, we know, can hurt us. Do you have any concerns with Hartford? Because I think they see us the way we see them, as kind of like an opportunity for 3 points tonight.
Yeah, I think the concern is we talked about in the episode a couple of nights ago. Like, I think the concern with Hartford is just like they have a bunch of guys like you named Hopino, Amo, like who can show up on their day.
Yeah.
And yeah, my real concern is just that like our goal scoring, like we have to tighten up defensively and start scoring. It's not like we've been doing one reliably, where Hartford have still been scoring goals despite the fact that they're not very good. And I think we are underway. I'm not sure where
We
your stream's
are.
at.
I'm at 16 seconds. What about you?
I'm at 16 now, 17, 18. So maybe like
Okay.
2 seconds behind or something like that.
I will pause at 30.
27, 28, 29, 30.
All right.
We are
Chat, you
synced.
might be ahead of us as usual. That's okay. Spoilers are welcome in the chat. Just don't do any fake goal announcements like they do on those shady streams.
Yeah, if you do something like that, we're gonna have an issue.
robust challenge in the middle there from Josué Gomez. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you peeped as well what I'm wearing tonight. I'm trying to bring some
Ketterer vibes.
I'm trying to
Yes.
bring some of the old days back. And by that I mean keep a clean sheet, because we know Logan was like up there in terms of clean sheets every year. Particularly the second, I guess, like second and third years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
No, I
yeah,
like it.
shout out to the folks over at because that was Stadium Footy Prints who were doing the t-shirts too, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
I've bought t-shirts from them. I bought artwork from them. I have a Southwest University Park artwork up on the wall in my office.
I've got mine right over there.
Yeah.
As it's been like a little disjointed, as there's like some head tennis here like outside of Locomotive's box, and neither team really like able to get it down and actually play. Yeah, foul given. I like the energy here that that Hartford are wearing like an alternate jersey at home, and we're wearing white, like all whites, which ostensibly is like what they would wear at home. So I like that we've taken like their own home kits off of them.
By the way, shout out to this crowd. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Coming out to support Hartford, who are, going through it. So
yeah, they
nice
are
fan base there.
Yeah, no, that's definitely worth giving a shout. Man, they hit us with the walking wounded.
So they are calling Luis Solignac and Edo Borelli's absences
injuries, which is interesting because I don't think Locomotive has officially done that.
No, so
like not on social media anyways. Indeed. Or in press conference. Have they talked about? I didn't notice any like discussion about Lucho's fitness in the presser this week.
No.
Yeah, Hartford having a bulk of the ball so far, which I think Locomotive's probably content with that, given that we have been more of a counterattacking side, as it didn't seem particularly clever out on the left-hand side.
This Sheldon is quite
They're really not
the physical specimen here.
Amo gets a shot away, blocked in front. The referee is kind of just allowing whatever. Like there were a couple of challenges in there where I thought he was going to whistle. I don't think there's anything in that from Dollenmeyer.
No. But Sheldon, he's bodying Zacharias down that right side. Something to keep an eye on for sure.
Header comes in at the back post, luckily well off target. Yeah, Eric with no, it looks massive out there. He does look huge.
He is huge. Yeah, he looks like, I don't know.
He has like a
Crouchian Mertesacker. Yeah, like the lanky, yeah.
A Crouchian presence.
Look at that. Absolute. He's only 23 years old as well, so he's going to be filling that frame out over the next couple years.
Yeah.
LAFC draft pick, so.
And I'm certain like their scouts probably saw, like it's one of those like you can't teach size type.
His shorts are like above his knees through no fault of his own.
Yeah. They're like, dude, we don't have any longs. Like Locomotive give the ball away again in midfield, and it's becoming like it's gone from opening 5 minutes to now like now it's starting to feel like a worrying trend because it's happened like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
And we're just not holding on to the ball. I think it was Zacharias like dispossessed on that occasion. And Hartford partially as I think it's because of how deep we're sitting like early. Like we're really kind of retreating once they gain possession. And dribbles through to to
Antoine
Benny.
Opino making a gesture like he was hit in the face, and the referee just wasn't having any of it. Right here from McHugh, he kind of like cocks his head back. Can see
Yeah,
that. Here
they're
we
just
go.
jockeying, I would say.
Yes, he is 6'6". Probably, if you told me 6'7", 6'8", I'd be like, yeah,
I'd
sure.
believe you. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he's a big boy for sure.
and he can move.
Yeah, as that ball's played in behind for Hartford, able to just keep it in, and Dolmeyer does get done on the outside by Hopino, but then the cross doesn't find anyone.
He's kind of doing that thing that young players do where they want to make themselves known and like really impact the play. So he's kind of chasing the ball.
Yeah, he goes way too wide there as Amo gets this down in front and on the spin skews it wide. Not good opening signs for Locomotive. Like Hartford are absolutely getting at them.
Yeah, and it's not anything fancy that they're doing. I mean, it's just direct play, and
yeah,
he does all right there to parry it, but doesn't parry it out of the box.
yeah.
So
Yeah, you'd like that. You'd definitely like that one to go elsewhere. Like, if you're gonna stretch like that, you got to get it all the way out.
Another unforced error here. Mark Navarro just absolutely passing the ball up the gut to no one.
I'm concerned about Starfield, I'll be honest, because that's a Bethesda space game, right? I think.
Is that coming out soon, or is that already out?
It comes out end of the year. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Starfield's the Bethesda like space game. I'm concerned that like they're gonna really promise this like huge massive game and it's gonna come out and there's not gonna be anything in it. It's just gonna be a big mess. As Casetian's on the counter. Oh, he chose absolutely the wrong option. So
I just feel like a lot of the major games that have come out have been total flops. I mean, Cyberpunk is like unplayable.
Yeah.
I think Watch Dogs 3 was one I was really looking forward to. Unplayable, like it
trash,
just
yeah.
crashes, and it sucks because the story and the setting is cool, but what else? What was the one where it's like there's like a quintillion planets?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. That another one that I think was lukewarm.
Yeah, terrible when it came out. It got better, but it was terrible when it came out.
Yeah.
There's just not shit to do. And that's why I'm concerned is like some of the stuff they're saying is like it's novel. And I'm like, this is the same shit like for Starfield. And I'm like, this is the same shit that No Man's Sky was saying. And it concerns me like that.
Like procedurally generated. Like
I've heard this before.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think it's a little different because I don't. Ooh, that's a really bad tackle.
That's very late on Casetian. Yep, yellow card.
Yeah, yellow card.
Away.
I think he benefits from the fact. I don't think the referee actually sees this, and I think he benefits from it just inside the opening 10 minutes.
Jeez, that's
because this was bad because he was
late and it is kind of high. Ooh, that's bad. That could be a red.
Yeah.
That's extremely late.
I think the only thing that saves him is that he chooses to slide in so late that he doesn't come from a long distance. Like if he was stretching and made that sort of contact, he probably gets a red. But because it was really strange because he just dives in at the last second. And
that's clever from Casetian too because he knows the contact's coming.
Yeah.
And plays that.
But that's right on the ankle and that'll be a sore one for Dennis for sure. But yeah, I think Torres is slightly lucky there. It's probably orange.
Yeah.
Dollenmeyer, wow, that was a great ball. Lions actually did try to control it too and appealed for handball, which I'd be interested to see it back because it does look like it kind of gets caught up in something.
He's just Honda Civic gang.
That's such a specific.
That's a specific archetype.
Yeah. So he vapes in a really loud Honda.
So he's got like a decal of his @ on the back.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man.
It's nice to have a left footer on
Right?
the team. Left-footed center back.
That would have been absolute scenes if Dollenmeyer play, like if Lyons brings that down and does anything with it, Dollenmeyer like hockey assists like that. That would have been, yeah.
Starting to get on the ball a little bit more now.
Definitely. Yeah, it's settled down a lot. And I think we're finding the space a little bit more. Navarro tries to curl a ball in towards Kostishin, and Gomez was interested as well. Lyons and Navarro combining now. I think that'll probably be a free kick. And well done for Miles Lyons. I think like one of the things that maybe it's underrated, but Miles Lyons has extremely quick feet.
Yes. And yes, Christian, that was a shocking challenge by Juan Pablo Torres.
It was bad.
I think we said it was orange.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the height saves him. Kostishin whipping this ball in, really good shape on that. Just not anyone able to get on the end of it, and Hartford put it out for a throw. But that was one of those that you into the right area and definitely has the right bend on it. From Dennis. Hopefully he in particular can start like feeling himself a little bit, because confidence has just been lacking recently. So it'll be nice if he can just seeing him on the ball a little bit more and able to play some of these 1-2s. He does shoot from a insane position, but
I do think Dennis is trying to combine with teammates a little bit more. It seems like someone's had a word with him, but it is also that unpredictability that made him so electric in the first half of the season. So
Dollenmeyer has like this Matip sort of gait going on.
I could see that.
He does definitely try to run with the ball. This is a nice little interchange from Zaka and Chapa. I don't know. It wasn't. There's a little bit of luck in there, but it comes out to Petrovic. Deflection at the back post. Gomez, and that's the opener.
Oh my goodness! Nice deflection. We needed that.
Aron Gomez. Little bit of luck, but that is like
magisterial.
No, that is there is a little bit of luck in how the goal comes about, but Josue Aron Gomez gets a lot of credit here for this. I mean, this is essentially what we love him for, which is he never once gives up on this, despite it like going kind of everywhere, and appeals for offside, which is interesting because Hartford were playing like within their own 6-yard box. So you're not going to get many offside decisions.
Yeah.
In that case.
So happy for Josue, because as we talked about on the last podcast, he's been hitting the post a lot. So nice for that one to go in for him.
Well, and I wish I could have had a stronger reaction to that. I guess I was checking. I'm like my own VAR in USL these days, especially with how our luck has gone, where I was like, is that reaching him? Does that go inside the post?
That deflection was really key, to be honest.
Yeah. Hartford attacking the other end. Miles skews the first clearance, but able to get it right at the second attempt. And I guess this is the vulnerable.
It's something psychological about scoring a goal that makes the other team like take their foot just ever so slightly off the gas. We're being called nerds in the chat. What's up?
Andy from the Orange and Black Soccer Cast. And What's Up Soccer Nerds is his whenever he enters the USL shows chat each Tuesday night. That's
Got it.
that's
It's a
also
bit.
his. Yeah, and Andy is committed.
You notice the players are slipping a lot.
Yeah, the surface seems a little slick.
It's weird.
I'm sure if as a cameraman
Loses
kind
the
of
ball.
yeah. I don't know what sort of rain Hartford's been getting, but if it's anything like what we had, if it's any of these systems that came through the Midwest, like they've been probably getting a significant amount. And I think this is an artificial surface, if I'm not
Okay, yeah. It
if
must
I'm not
be, 'cause this is
mistaken.
a college campus, isn't it?
Yeah. So I don't think they're
Usually
playing
they
on
have
grass
artificial.
either. Hartford putting something together here, but the cross too long for everyone who is breaking into the box, and that'll eventually go up for a goal kick. Yeah, I think this is the key from Eric is like just getting out of the 5 minutes after we score, because it seems like we can never actually build any momentum or like seek out a second goal because we're so busy just conceding in the immediate aftermath.
Yeah. I mean, that indie game was just like punch, counter, punch, punch, counter. If we can manage the game a little bit better here, then we'll be good for it, because we've really had no problem scoring first lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game management leaves something to be desired, and I think it's probably a consequence of not having very experienced players on the pitch. Your Luchos, your Yumas, your Borellis. So good defending there by Noah.
Good point from Andy. Like, it would be so easy to just make the score bug the colors that they're wearing.
Oh, instead of just like club colors. Okay.
Instead of, yeah.
Got it.
I've been finding that more and more in international broadcasts, like changing the score bug to reflect like the actual kits that they're wearing. Because they used to have to flash up that thing of like, oh, yep, you know, like
right.
United's in turquoise today or whatever. Like, in case you were wondering, as Gomez carrying the ball forward. One of those tough ones. It's like, it's probably a foul, and like Gomez is looking for it. Oh, but then Hopino gives this one, and they give this one for Hopino, I should say, which I'm a little.
Looks like Noah had.
And he's been booked.
Farmed him, I guess. Did he get booked? Wow.
He's been booked.
Hopino's been trying to get something together, though, to be fair, because he made that gesture on McHugh like he got hit in the face, and now he's got someone booked, so.
Anytime someone goes down with both arms up in the air, to me, that as a referee is like automatic signal of there's just nothing in that, I don't think.
Is that just a consequence of Dollenmeyer being 6'6"? Like, his arms are always going to be in someone's face.
Yeah. Like, he literally can't run shoulder to shoulder with Antoine Hopino. Antoine Hopino comes up to his belt. Like,
look at this. It's, yeah, that was hard for being tall.
That's crazy. That is a super soft. Yeah, and they get the set piece. And now Locomotive have a player down in the box. Looks like it might be Dollenmeyer after all that.
He's having quite the eventful debut.
Yeah.
I think this is what makes him look even taller, is like the audacity of the short socks at half mast.
Right? He's got the he's got the Muller
reserved for like tricky wingers usually.
I was gonna say he's got like the Muller socks on, and
I can't stop like perceiving this kid. Look at him. What the fuck? He's huge.
Why'd they make him come off? Oh, the trainer. Did the trainer go out there?
I saw the referee call for him, but I just feel like the coverage wasn't really clear.
He got Yuma socks and shorts. That's messed up. Yeah, after that, all that, the tall guy gets hit in the head. Hartford back on the ball and Dollenmeyer back in. They're trying to track the run of Elmas Amo and deal with it well enough. Liam kind of got caught in two minds.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nearly getting into trouble there.
At first I was going to say, like, yeah, Liam coming back in between the center backs to kind of receive the ball and like choose the next pass in the press makes a lot of sense. And like, definitely don't do it like that again, please.
Now this is a good one.
Yeah, that's oh, that's great. On loan from the Lakers.
Yeah, that man is a whole power forward.
Right. Yeah, he has and it's funny because like he definitely does look like a small forward that could have come out of the Euro League.
FIBA World Cup's going on right now. My cousin was actually at the game because they're playing the game. They played a game in Manila last night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Is basketball mad.
Yeah. Who's I'm assuming the US I'm assuming the US is doing well, or I have no context of like what's happening in the FIBA World Cup. That's a nice move from Kostishin. You know he's going to have a crack at the end of that, and the deflection carries it over the bar.
That could have been tricky for Rice, though. That dips just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Might have had to actually make a save. It sucks that we can't just celebrate Spain winning the World Cup, that we're having to talk about Luis fucking Rubiales.
Yeah.
Shame. Such a shame.
Yeah. And he absolutely needs to go, just to be clear.
Yeah.
That whole federation needs burning down, unfortunately.
They're so bad. Them and La Liga hate each other.
Right.
I don't think that's healthy
gets another.
when your domestic league and your federation hate each other. Like, clearly something's wrong.
Yeah. Well, when your whole women's team resigns, having just won a championship, like
literally,
probably reform needed.
Just one, like it should have been a summer of celebration for Spain, but the federation have made it an absolute disgrace.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. I'm gonna say, who's someone who does like good
somebody
business?
Wholesome.
Probably like Norway.
San Marino. Norway. Yeah.
Because they're going absolutely crazy in terms of like their player, like they're in a golden generation.
Odegaard and Haaland, yeah.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if they can put it together. Like when you have Haaland, like you kind of have no excuse, like in international football, for not making like big tournaments. It would be weird
if he, of all people, never plays like in a big tournament. That would be strange.
Yeah. Honestly, like from a money, as Locomotive try to deal with this, Hopino just diving in the box, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Little pinball. But yeah, I think I don't know, at a certain point, like FIFA may just like alter the rules of the World Cup, and Scandinavia might become its own federation that gets one allocation in the World Cup, like automatically. And they play their own qualifying tournament. Oh, as Good save from Diaz, and Hopino not able to
Really good save.
fashion
That was
it
a
on target.
great move.
That
That was
was
a
really
great move
good.
by Hartford. Just one touch between the lines, and then Benny has to dive for that save. And luckily, Hopino fluffs his lines on the rebound. But
Yeah, it
Jesus, this is a
was.
good. They're playing it now.
Yeah, it was Prince Sadie
That
got the flick
by
back
Hopino.
from Hopino, and that's a good strike. Like that's going in the bottom corner, and Diaz did well to get down and stop that one. But yeah, no, that's definitely the best passage from Hartford so far, and like another warning sign that Locomotive have not necessarily had the best control in the game. But that was nifty from Hartford as Zacharias whistled for the foul there. I don't know. It feels like we're going back the other way where now the referee's kind of been a little like overly quick to blow the whistle. I was saying he was letting a lot of stuff go, and now he's kind of like overcorrected.
Need the cameraman to like keep up.
Sober up, man.
Yeah. Hitting the
Petrovic onto this one. Getting down the left-hand side. He's got options. Checks back onto his right foot and opts to play back to Chapa, I think. Chapa under a lot of pressure here, and Chapa needs to be careful. In
that. Yeah, that's petulant from Chapa. Yes, he got fouled, but don't stick the legs out. You're gonna give the referee a decision to make, and
yeah,
I think
he's been
Eric
doing a
in
lot.
The chat earlier with the captain's armband. He needs to like not lose his head.
Yeah, and he's done it. I mean, basically every game that he's played in, like he's had some kind of like moment, sort of like stickers.
That. See me at the next game.
Yeah, we got stickers. Ooh. We'll hand them out. Ball into the area, caught by Joe Rice, who will always be a Loudoun United player in my mind. And it's funny because the only reason I think that is because we faced him in like his first appearance for Loudoun last year. So
that's right. Yeah. If I remember, he was okay, right? He was decent.
Yeah, he was pretty decent. And it was like the first game that it was that first game of that nice little winning streak we went on when we thought the team was serious. And now Gomez getting on his horse. Does well to get there and then win the foul. I think
we don't have like an online store, but if you just like slide in the DMs and give us your address, we'll send you one, or I can give you one at the games. But yeah.
Yeah, just hit us up.
Going long a lot tonight, Phil. What do you make of that? Is that more about us or about how we are playing for them?
It feels like we kind of set up that way from the start. We've been getting some joy from it. But again, like I've always been in the camp that like we have enough quality to not have to resort to that. That was Torres again, wasn't it? On Castician? Petrovic now into the area, looking to shape to shoot. Eventually does, but too narrow of an angle. I think that might be Torres again late on Castician, and maybe it was Amo. But either way, it was like when Torres was in the area, I just assumed guilt. Because yeah, I mean it was well done by Dennis to again like get the ball away under a lot of pressure. As I think the flag might go up against Hopino here. Nope. Okay, never mind. As that's ushered back to Benny, who goes long again.
Well read by McHugh there. Half an hour gone. El Paso Locomotive leading 1-0 on the road. Hardcore football kit, yeah. We've been talking about like making hardcore football like a lifestyle brand, so stay tuned.
Header from Amo off target. No, I would love to do a hardcore football kit. Maybe we start with like shirts or something like that. Graduate up to a kit at some point.
Yeah. I know Icarus would go crazy with our theme though.
Oh, for sure.
Like Denny's Grand Slam.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Iconic.
Oh man. The goat of the hardcore scene.
Been to a lot of church shows, never a Denny's show.
Yeah, never been to a Denny's show. Yeah, church shows in El Paso
and biker
especially
bars. Biker bars.
Yeah.
Been a lot of biker bar shows.
Yep. Yeah, church shows in El Paso are like common.
Yeah. How many are you on, Phil? 4 officially?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hardcore
although one is
on hiatus.
I think 2 of mine are technically on hiatus at the moment because 2 Red Gringos as well. Pat is too busy like being a freaking jet setter. And obviously I've been the whole like kid thing has slowed me down a little bit.
Right. The like having a human to take care of.
Yeah, having a human baby. Dollenmeyer able to clear that one away. But yeah, so I would say right now I'm only on 2, to be honest. Like Seriously Loco and the USL show are really the only 2 that I'm like on with any regularity. But yeah, hardcore football, it's one of those things where it's just like it's just been tough. I think it's just tough in general, like especially work for both of us has been like
insane,
nuts.
I do try to still stay on the Twitter, but
yeah. Hartford keep fashioning chances, not like clear-cut chances, but definitely half chances.
That's a nice turn right there by Zacarias, but then he loses the ball.
It's like Zaka in a nutshell.
Take it away.
Yeah, it's like Zaka in a nutshell. Like just he'll do something great and then just like undo it immediately. Control Z.
Trying to play everything through Hope now.
Yeah, they are. And we're not, he's really marking him.
No, well, he's also floating. Like, his position's not set whatsoever. I mean, he's ostensibly a striker, but he's getting into the spaces between the lines.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely playing as in the seams, I don't know, or in the half spaces.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those where it's been like kind of bend but don't break for El Paso so far.
Is it just me, or is it like the pitch is dark? Okay, there we go. Did they just turn some lights on?
I think the lights may have just come on, or it was getting a little dark. It was looking like a Kmart.
Hartford really putting the pressure on right now.
Yep. Ball comes into the center, and luckily they're just out of sync, like in terms of
Sheldon. He's gonna get booked next.
Yeah, he's been flying into stuff.
Yeah, that's already like his third warning.
I mean, Locomotive opponents get at least 5 or 6 warnings before
right
before any sort of serious action is taken. The 2 yellows, it's so funny because like now that I'm thinking about it more, Dollenmeyer's being a yellow escalates the Torres challenge easily to a red. Like if the bar for yellow is at whatever Dolenmeyer did, then Torres's is absolutely a red.
Nice turn, Dennis.
Yeah, that was great from Dennis. And this is what we want to see more from him, is like him being able to get it at the defense and bring people into the game a little bit.
Yep. Move, ref. Jesus.
Fuck out the way. Petrovic to the back post. It worked once already. Lyons trying to get this one down. Gets to the byline. Oh, fizzes that cross through the 6-yard box.
Though, to keep that alive from Miles Lyons. And yeah, he did fizz that, but no one home.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be there for him. But he did really well to keep that in. I think they weren't expecting him to keep it in, so fair play.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. All it needed was a contact, and, I mean, anything from that distance.
Pace on the ball was enough, for sure.
Yeah. Petrovic not as good on the defensive side of the ball, and we're seeing some of the weaknesses of the system there, in that Petrovic having to play as a defender ostensibly.
He's definitely more of a winger than a wing back, but yeah.
But again, enough done. Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the message right now is get to halftime, but the message regardless is like, we've been okay, and Diaz has to tip that cross over the bar, because I think it turned into a shot.
Yeah, they're starting to spam that left side.
Yeah.
Their right, our left.
Yeah, they've kind of picked out Petrovic as a weak link in the chain.
Does Benny have to intervene there, or is that going over? I don't mind.
I don't know. It's one of those tough ones where it's like, and wow, hey, Miles Lyons at the near post, winning a header on a set piece. I have to, hey, if I'm
the bar is in hell, but yes,
if I'm gonna talk shit about it, like, then when they do right and attack the ball at the near post, I'm gonna go ahead and.
Great turn by Liam Rose.
Yeah.
Some really good play in tight spaces tonight.
Oh, that's wonderful there.
Really good by Liam.
Zacharias, can he take the right option? He opts to shoot.
We're really looking good on the counterattack, to be fair.
Yeah, we are. Nearly a really... Ball. That first touch from Gomez was so good. And then... Chapa, just chill, man.
I know. He's not someone I would have given the captain's armband to. Let's put it that way.
Like, don't... When you pull someone back when they're kind of breaking away, just jog away as fast as possible, like, and hope that they don't turn it into something more than it is. Don't start like yelling at the ref, because like that's an easy. It's easy to give a booking for something like that.
Is this okay? I was gonna say, if he's gonna give a booking for this, I'm gonna scream.
Oh no! Yeah, that seemed pretty chill. But I was just saying, for Chappas, it's like you pull someone back in the middle of the park, it's like always kind of borderline.
These are my two choices too when our normal captain Yuma is not available. Liam or Aaron, they're both gonna stay on the pitch, let's put it that way.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and they're pretty even keel.
Yeah, Liam feels like a pretty natural choice, but then again, like we also don't know, in the locker room who's vocal or not, or.
I mean, I almost wonder if the captain's armband was given to Chapa as a challenge of like, let's see you keep your composure. You have to.
Yeah, go lead.
Yep.
The burden of leadership. I just don't know if like, hey, tough run. You haven't played a ton. When you have played, it's kind of been a mess.
Yeah.
Good intervention from Dolenmeyer. But even
keep it in too. Fair play to him.
Yeah, even his tall frame, unable to keep it out.
They keep playing down this left, and all I'm really interested is that kebab truck in the background.
Right. Hey, what's going on there?
Dissociating from what's happening.
I can't imagine. Well, I feel like it's interesting because both of these teams have, like, because of the form of both, I feel like this is an easy one for it to devolve pretty quickly. Like,
desperation.
Because, yeah, both of these teams are so
It's
in
not
the
good
mud.
defending by Dennis, but it was by
No,
Eric McHugh.
Yeah, I think Dennis definitely wasn't interested in trying to take a touch in the like in his own box,
Which I don't blame him for, to be fair.
But even then, if you're gonna head it behind, like just put it behind. It kind of like dribbles out eventually. Cross into the center and head it over. They've had a lot of headed opportunities, despite the fact that I will say largely we've been better about stopping crosses and winning headers. They've also won quite a few headers and just not gotten anything on target.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're actually like man marking now on defensive set plays, so which is good. I mean, go back to basics when you're struggling, right? Don't need to do anything fancy. We saw what zonal marking did to us against Indy, so.
Well, now we're developing a similar situation on Hartford's right, where, who is this, Lapierre? I'm not really sure how he's, like, not at least close to being booked. Because he's had a handful, Sheldon's had a handful. It's just like they're just kind of racking up the fouls down either flank, so hopefully we see some action soon. Navarro, he saw the same he saw the same hit that he had against Indy flash before his eyes there. He ended up in a really similar area and not very.
Did that ball just like go into the forest? Like, are there just hella soccer balls back there? Like, that thing got eaten.
It's like the Sandlot.
Yeah.
That ball's played out. Fair play to the ref for actually avoiding that.
Nice Meg.
Yeah. Castician
wants runners.
Yeah.
But Petrovic this is the bad thing about this system is that Petrovic has to run up and down a lot, so he doesn't make that run because he's tired.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, yeah, I'm even more confused about the bar. And they're replaying the Sheldon thing, like maybe they thought it was a pen or a potential pen, but Sheldon like goes to ground to pass it like first. So that's, I mean, I'm glad that nothing was made of that because there was nothing in it. But
first
set piece
almost done. Can we go into the locker room with a lead? That would be sick.
Oh, Chapa.
Did I just jinx it?
Oh,
really good by Eric McHugh.
Chapa owes Eric a drink. Maybe a couple. That was
getting caught on the ball like that is not good.
And especially off of a free kick, like
yeah, off of a dead ball for us. Yeah, that's insane. That's like a foul throw. Like, it's almost as bad.
Yeah, just like unforced error. It's really interesting to see when Liam is actually the more progressive of our two midfielders. Because Chapa's first instinct is kind of always back. It seems just passing wise.
Oh, really good right there. Oh, that's
nice ball.
He gets the ball, but geez,
Liam,
hardy challenge there.
Patar. I don't know what it is about our Scandinavian playmakers that just straight up do not want to like they want time. Like they want so many touches.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I mean, I always think about what Brian Claerhaut said about the game over there, where there's more of a build-up.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's like run and gun.
Yeah.
So they must be used to being able to take all those touches.
It's like you get, I don't know. For me, like you just played a nice 1-2. Like within your next 2 touches, like you should be looking to play like the next ball or cross or whatever. And they're just always kind of sizing people up for the dribble.
Added time is up.
That'll do it for the first half. Well, Locomotive for the second game running take a lead into halftime. We'll see if it stands. But Joe Gomez, Josue Arón-Gomez opening the scoring. At this rate, Joe Gomez might end up in USL. Who knows? But yeah, in front of a good crowd in Hartford. I don't know what kind of fireworks or giveaways they got going on, but good crowd. And yeah, Josue Arón-Gomez giving Locomotive the early lead. Mika, I mean, what have you made of Locomotive's first half? What are your we I normally give the halftime thoughts via Twitter, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting to see Locomotive become a team that's comfortable without the ball, because at the end of the day, Hartford have 58% of the possession in that first half. So we're getting more comfortable with that, which I find really interesting. But yeah, I mean, shots are pretty even, chances are pretty even. I think we just need to shore up that left side, because we've got Petar Petrovic, who's not a defender, and Dolan Meyer, who is brand new to the team. So I think they're exploiting that a little bit, that there's no real chemistry there yet. So just something to keep an eye on, that they're going down that flank. But overall, I mean, I think we're good value for the win, for the goal for the most part.
Thoughts on the first 45 for Noah from Eric here. What did you make of Dolan Meyer's first half in Locomotive colors?
He definitely settled. I think in the beginning he was like chasing the ball every which way and not really being positionally sound, but he definitely settled, and it looks like he's got something to him other than his size. But it's hard to look past him, literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's been good. He's been active on the ball as well, playing balls over the top, click balls. I mean, he almost had that really nice ball to Moz Lyons. I mean, I guess that was completed, but they just couldn't do anything with it. So yeah, I think he's been good. It's a good piece of business, like we said on the podcast. I mean, we need warm bodies.
It's the type of signing I think we've been asking for, and like, to be able to go out and find a left-footed center back on that with that kind of aerial dual win percentage that you mentioned on the podcast. I mean, he's winning 76% of the balls in the air in MLS Next Pro. So to be able to go find a left-sided, like a naturally left-footed center back with that sort of presence on the loan market is like, feels pretty unique, and I'm glad the club snapped up the opportunity. I think the club's had a history of taking advantage of like these sorts of loan moves, and it's been a source of frustration for us as fans that we haven't like seen it more, because you think of some of the effective loans that we've had between you mentioned Cole Turner on the podcast, which I think was one of those where it's like, man, we needed the body in midfield, and he actually put in like a heck of a shift while he was here. Zendejas was unbelievable.
Lone goat,
3 for 3 clean sheets. And then Brent Kallman, I think, is another one that comes to mind of like, came in and was really good in his time in Locomotive colors. even if he was spent most of the time just trying to avoid being embroiled in controversy in Minnesota. But that's a whole other can of worms. But yeah, I think oh, as we mentioned, Cole Turner, you gassed him up on the podcast, and he has an assist for Loudoun against Indy already tonight. So, according to Eric here, so yeah, good for Cole. I mean, I'm just glad that he's still kicking around and he's been doing his thing at Loudoun. And all those players. I mean, I think you want to see him thrive. The legend Matt Lewis. Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. It's so funny that he made it to the championship anyways, like via Detroit's promotion, quote unquote, FOMotion. But but yeah, that was the weirdest thing ever. Well, because we were like, oh, this makes total sense. Like, we have no center backs, and then Yuma just started playing center back, and Matt Lewis never saw the light of day.
I don't know if he was ever even in El Paso, was he?
I'm assuming he must have trained with the team. Like, there's no way they signed him and he was just chilling in Detroit. Like, he's like, hey, if you guys ever need me, can you call me?
What does the chat think about that first half?
Yeah.
Do we think we have it in us to get a dub tonight?
I'll be honest, I have the commentary muted.
Yeah, me too. I'm not about that, especially when we're on stream.
Oh, Dan Vaughn went to eat with Matt Lewis while he was in El Paso. Which makes sense. For anyone who doesn't know, Dan Vaughn runs Protagonist Soccer, which if you have interest in the lower divisions of US soccer, definitely give Protagonist a look. They give a lot of shine to a lot of clubs that wouldn't get it otherwise. So, and they've been breaking a lot more into USL type coverage just because USL now makes up like 90% of the lower leagues in the US, because between, you know, the championship and League One at the professional levels, and then we were talking on the USL show. I was joking, like, because the League Two final was probably like 2 months ago now, and League Two being the semi-pro amateur level of USL. The final was like exactly what you want from a like non-league sort of thing, where the team that ended up winning the final, Ballard FC, they're from like the greater Seattle area in Washington.
Oh, nice.
They had a huge crowd, like probably 4,000 people, like full house at the final. It was like, the atmosphere was amazing. And and they took the lead, and then Lionsbridge went down to 10 men, which was the other team from they're from Virginia, like Virginia Beach area, I think, they went down to 10 but equalized with like 5 minutes to go, and then Ballard also had a player sent off, so it finished 10v10, and the winner was scored in stoppage time at the end of the game, like 93rd minute. Ballard scored a winner, and the place was just like up for grabs. So we were talking about that final, and League Two, it turns out League Two has like 200 teams or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, basically, the joke was like, if you want to get out and see USL League Two, like, there is probably a team close to you, just like statistically speaking, in the United States. Like, wherever you are listening from, there's probably a League Two side like in your area. This is a good question. I would say USL, like, traditionally I would have said League Two and NPSL are at the same level. I think by virtue of like organization and like professionalism, League Two probably beats out NPSL these days, because NPSL used to be like the standard in amateur soccer back in the Chattanooga, Detroit City days. Like they were kind of it. And I think they've fallen off quite a bit, unfortunately. That's crazy that you got a question about Ballard FC being in the same league as Orange County. I mean, who knows? Whenever USL institutes pro rel, that may technically be true. So,
from your mouth to God. We have an owner of PDX in the chat.
I always love that sort of stuff. PDX FC, I want to say their logo was designed by, or I think Josh Duder, who is also one of the guys over at Protagonist, like had a hand in like helping design their crest and getting them off the ground. So yeah, he's pretty active in the Pacific Northwest like soccer scene. So no, interesting stuff. We're way off topic. Do you guys think like Locomotive are gonna win? I'm trying to avoid the fact that I feel existential dread at a 1-0 lead in Hartford when I should be feeling like, oh yeah, second half, just go do more of the same and win 5-0. Like halftime talk should be lads, it's Hartford. But that's just not where we're at.
No, can't take anything for granted right now. Ay. Has that drink lasted you?
It has, although I'll probably second half will probably be I've got a selection of beers up here.
Nice.
I don't know which one I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I've got my little fridge. I think I'm gonna go with this. This is from Revolution Brewing in Chicago, I think. My brother-in-law brought some, a little crazy. It's a Belgian style pale ale. So it's not like an IPA. But the Belgians, they do something different when they brew a beer. There's something almost, it's tough to even describe the character of Belgian beers because they're just like,
I love Belgian
their
beers.
own thing. They're so good.
Yeah.
Roland, 100% with you. Hopefully, I would love a 2-0. Can you imagine? Mika, can you imagine?
A clean
a 2-0?
2-0 on the road? Oh my goodness. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. A second goal and a clean sheet. Roland, you're These are demands that.
This is the take though that I think is really interesting about Amo and Hopino, because they have been threatening. Amo more in the box, Hopino more floating, but still, the two of them are very, very good players, and as we know, Hopino's in form. So.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't. Okay, I'm not. Are someone in the chat tell me are those cutout heads of the Hartford Wolf Pack, or are those cutout heads of the players? And if so, why is it only the white players?
I think it might be of the Wolf Pack. I think they are the AHL team of the New York Rangers, I think.
Oh, nice.
I believe someone who's a hockey fan can check me on that. I am a hockey fan, but I just haven't been keeping up over the years.
It's a shame that that Hartford, the Whalers, didn't.
Iconic team that shared these colors.
Yep.
With Hartford. So no.
One of the greatest vines of all time. If you know, you know.
Second half almost underway, it looks like. This crowd is impressive.
It really is. It really is. For a team struggling, like it is good to see, you know, just like the community out to support.
You're a Caniac, Jake. I think I did know that.
Yeah, I knew that because when Jake was lobbying for me to become a Canes fan when I was like, I don't want to support the Blackhawks anymore.
Mm.
I'm surprised I even said that, because I've been calling them the Hawks more and more, because I'm just like, why hasn't the NHL changed their name yet? Like, them still skating around
okay
in
with if they were like, yeah, like for example, the Florida State Seminoles, they pay the Seminole tribe to use that name. Like I feel like, you know, otherwise. Anyway, off topic.
Yeah.
Is it a Raising Cane's order? I have no idea. I don't go to Raising Cane's.
It is, I believe.
What is it?
I think it's just the normal, and chat can correct me because we don't actually have. Well, there is a Raising Cane's somewhere out here. It's not close to me. But you can check me if I'm wrong. But I believe it's like their main combo is like the Caniac combo.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
And it's like four tenders and fries and coleslaw and Texas toast and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today I learned. You gotta stay strapped. My dad is Italian, and he always says like Italians always get killed eating or cooking. So like you gotta be like on your game at all times.
I was concerned. What do you mean by that? I was concerned that we had the OnlyFans guy back.
I know. As we almost conceded there, but the shot blazed over.
Yeah, if we didn't mention it, we are back underway. As we're talking about Raising Cane's and dying while eating.
Yes. Now we're starting to go short. Okay.
Yeah. But followed by long, and then foul given in.
This referee's positioning is so crazy. Like he's in the middle of every play.
Big Mike Dean energy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, why are you in the way?
Now there's a guy who's had a shocking week.
Yeah. That is, if that's a lesson to anybody, it's like, just because you don't think people are going to listen to the podcast doesn't mean that people are not going to listen. Like, you can't come out a year after a very controversial incident and say, I didn't do that because vibes.
So who's gotten booked here? Is that Hope?
Yeah, was it? Or no, it was Liam, it looks like.
Damn it.
Again, Hobano is just like that dude. Like, if you put any, yeah, like if you breathe on him. Wait, they're saying Lapere's been booked. I don't think that's correct. Yeah. Wrong number 22. Which might be the issue. But yeah, it looks like Liam's been booked, and yeah, Liam and Dolmeyer being on yellows, I don't love.
No.
Don't love that. At least Choppa's not on a yellow. We do have that going for us.
Don't threaten him with a good time.
Really well done from Gomez to win that ball off Hopino, though, and Choppa down the line for Zacharias, which I don't know, like, obviously I'm sure like the manager and the coaches are having plenty of conversations with each player, like week in and week out. My message to Zacharias is like, if the ball's played in your vicinity, just like put your head down and run. Like,
Yeah. Don't think.
just stop. Yeah, like don't don't try to like do anything crazy. Just literally get the ball under control and take off. Like,
Another slip there. That was an awkward slip for Hope No there.
yeah, I was gonna say at first when I saw him on the ground, I'm like, oh, there he goes again, always looking for something. But no,
Cynical.
it did look like he literally just tried to stop and went cartoon banana peel, like legs up in the air.
Right.
Whoa, 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 like arms like. Yeah, funny. Anyways, Choppa playing kind of progressive the last couple of minutes, which has been nice.
Gomez asking for a card, which by the way is a bookable offense now
In in England.
in Europe. Yeah, in
Yeah.
England.
Yeah. I've got takes on the circling of the wagons that the PGMOL has done this year. Like, they've taken the opportunity to play victim. Like,
No, yeah.
like they're always yelling at us and like referees are so abused, and it's like, you guys fucking suck at your job.
Good ball in by Mark Navarro.
Yeah, Lions doesn't make any meaningful contact, which is tough because any meaningful contact is probably a goal. And now Hartford able to break. That was a great intervention from Choppa, I gotta say. Wow, and he's kind of giving it.
Off.
Yeah, he's kind of giving it to everybody. Like, that's, I don't know.
Captain.
Okay. I see you. Yeah, salute emoji.
He's got the 2 bars on his chest.
Yeah. Dennis getting into some space again.
Yeah.
Oh, good ball. Choppa unable to recreate what Eric Calvillo did last week against Indy. He made a great run and just couldn't capitalize. That should absolutely be a goal, and I think it'll probably go down as a big chance missed for Locomotive.
Yeah, that was a really good ball in too. But he was kind of alone in crashing the box, which was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange that Gomez and Zacharias like weren't in the area. The ball in was fantastic.
Surprised Petter didn't make the trip, to be fair.
Man, that pick out's absurd.
Choppa was yelling at everyone. Now they're going to yell at him. That instant karma is crazy.
Sadie whipping a ball to the back post, but luckily too long for everybody.
Another one gone to the woods.
Yeah.
Look, that shit keeps bouncing. Oh my god.
It's just, yeah. I don't know. I think Eon said it earlier, but just the whole like
version.
Taylor's version. Hey, thanks for joining, Andy. Appreciate it.
See ya. Thanks for joining.
But yeah, no, I think he said. I think they said it earlier with belongs to the witch now. Freaking Blair Witch Project back there.
Look at the ref. The ref wants to be a midfielder so bad. Stop.
Stop. Stop breaking up play.
Right. Like acting like a destroyer out there.
Although, let's be real, I would say every ref, the most likely position that they did play as a player before they became a ref is midfielder.
True. You gotta have that.
Like attackers aren't becoming refs like once they're out of the game or out of the starting lineup. Elbow left in there.
Wow. Yeah, that was straight away too. He saw it all the way.
Yeah.
Not afraid to use the cards, this guy.
Yeah. And Niall Logue, another Locomotive legend coming on, and it's Hopino who's coming off. So change of shape. I mean,
Why are
I
they going more
assume
defensive? They're losing
I,
at home.
I assume it's a change of shape. Tristan Hodge also looks confused as to like what the
Wow.
plan is.
The
And
most
Hodge
Niall
was the
Logue
one.
did for us is model the kit.
Yeah. And hey, he did a heck of a job.
He did. He did. Just never given a chance. Just like concerns about his attitude. He rates himself very highly, but it's on the verge of
Zaka,
like ego.
he did really well initially, Zacharias there. And again, it's like one of those where
Logue up top. Oh my god. I mean, he is a big
I would
boy.
like to see it.
Oh man, this is a good ball.
They've
down
gotten
the
in
wing.
behind. Ooh, almost deflected in, but took enough pace off of it for Benny to be able to catch that one.
Eric McHugh's been good tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's looked refreshed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he's definitely like, he's just quicker to intervene, quicker to the ball. Like,
I mean, he really cares about the state of this club. He was going back and forth with Eighth Notch at the last game and trying to G them up, and fair play to him because he's one of the newer players in this squad. So for him to feel that much responsibility, I think is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Doesn't have Yuma or Carrillo next to him. That probably helps. Ouch! Yeet. Just ended that man's life.
Dolenmeyer, like, I mean, that first touch wasn't the best example, but he puts like he puts some touch on his passes a little bit. Like, there's definitely he's not just like hammering it at people.
Yeah, no, he's got some nuance to his game. This is nice.
Well done from Locomotive.
Tons of space.
Good idea from Chapa too to go back to Petrovic out wide. Can he find the cross? He does. Oh, and it was just too tall for Lyons at the back post.
Petrovia. Princess.
Is this the
of
Princess Diary? Princess Diaries?
Iconic.
Anne Hathaway in the house tonight. Oh, couple days ago, this is just like Anne Hathaway adjacent, but I know you've been catching up on Ted Lasso.
Yeah. I finished it.
Oh, awesome. Well, a couple of days ago, this is only tangentially related to Ted Lasso, but Rebecca from Ted Lasso, I did not know that she is in the movie version of Les Mis as one of the factory workers, like with Anne Hathaway's character or whatever. Like when they're talking shit about her, she is one of the singing. She has like a singing part in the movie version of Les Mis, but it was like before we knew who she was.
She's amazing.
She's incredible.
Yeah, I love her character too in Ted Lasso.
Yeah. One of the bright spots of season 3 is the fact that she gets like a lot of development.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that I liked about the season for sure. Dolenmeyer going long.
Touched on a lot of things in this season too, like the Super League, and then she like sells 49% of the club to the fans. I was like, wow, this is on the nose here. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Good
That was well
intervention.
seen by Petrovic. Yeah,
Yeah. Now that's wing back play.
exactly. He's in the passing lanes.
Just trying to put our foot on the ball a little more here.
Yeah. I'm liking
There's not a
I'm
focal
liking the
point now without Hope No, so
yeah. And I'm liking overall the fact that like oof,
Jesus.
man. So this is gonna sound like a criticism,
That ball
and
went out.
it definitely did.
Wow.
Pitar's is it harsh to say that Pitar's injury record keeps him from getting Hartford a red there? Because
he doesn't
if
want to
he
go into
steps
that.
into that, yeah, like I don't think he wants any part of that. And like if any contact is made in that challenge, that guy's off. Like
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you kind of just have to dangle a foot at that point. Like easy for me to say from back here, but
No, I get it for sure. He does pull out of that because he's like, I want no parts. But
yeah, which like I don't
that
blame
was
him.
reckless. That he looked out of control.
Yeah. That's one of those that like you almost blow for a foul, like even when there's no contact. Like,
well done by Dolenmeyer.
yeah.
To just
And
stay
then
with the man.
And then that's crafty from Choppa too. And that is kind of like the Choppa that we remember, I think. Like from
Destroyer.
Yeah, Destroyer, and wins tons of fouls. Like
Yep.
Like just like when we're overpowered in midfield, or when we're like trying to get on the ball, or when we're trying to relieve pressure, like just winning a foul by getting like in between the ball and the defender. And now Gomez running into some
Tons
space.
of space in midfield.
Yeah.
Again.
Ever since the Hopino change, it's like they don't have a focal point in attack and they don't have a midfield.
Right.
Petrovic, they kind of left him and
cutting in for once. I like to see that.
Yeah.
But he slipped, so this pitch is weird.
Yeah. No, I think he was sizing it up, and it's like, you know, a sliding doors moment of if he's on a different surface, like, and actually connects with that, what happens. But
yeah,
the world may never know.
So you've got glassware up there too, Baki? Fancy.
Oh yeah.
Fancy.
Well, I mean I brought this up here. I don't have this up here.
Oh, okay.
This was I staged
bar.
this up here. No. No, just my trusty little desktop fridge.
Love it.
Yeah, the next evolution is a little like cocktail station off to the side, but that's a ways off. So
all kinds of like citrus fruits in a bowl.
Yeah, it just smells like shit up here.
Yeah, he's got a desktop fridge, you guys, where he keeps the beers.
Yeah, so during I think it was my birthday during COVID. Like COVID had just become a thing. So I was spending a lot of time in my office, whether that was for work or playing Warzone.
Yes, you were on that Warzone like crazy.
Yeah, like so I was in my office
a couple
lot.
Times.
We did. It was fun. Like as much as that was absolutely like the worst period in my life in terms of just like human history.
Yeah.
It was, I think we made the most of it.
There's been too many unprecedented events in my life.
Right?
I'm fucking over it.
I'm good with only precedented events happening,
including this fucking winless streak.
Right? Is Castician on the edge of the area? Oh,
that's a foul.
That's absolutely a foul.
And he's whoa. Did you see that? He's giving it to him.
Which is crazy because he's absolutely fouled. Dolenmeyer and McHugh combining there. McHugh got caught, I think, in making that challenge. And it looks like a couple of changes for Locomotive coming too, with Sanupe and Hines being readied.
This is a good game for Hines.
Yeah. with the amount of space, that we're finding, like, just pick someone and run at them.
Hope this is nothing serious because we need McHugh.
Yeah, we don't have options. And I think it is just I think he just gets caught when he makes that challenge.
This is really well done as well.
Yeah.
He's got those spider legs, like, to get to that ball.
He just eats it up. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I really like the look of him so far. I think this is absolute, like, if you had to pick a game on the calendar to introduce a brand new center back who's not played at like at this level before, this is absolutely the game for it. And at the same time, like, it's not easy regardless, and he's coped with it really well, especially considering the fact
he's looked a lot better than Jose Carrillo, to be fair, who is a seasoned pro.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And sometimes that's just about combinations, you know, that's not necessarily because the player is trash or whatever, but he's looked very good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've gotta give credit where it's due.
Jose debuted in a back four, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, and then got thrust into a back three.
And this as well, yeah.
Yeah. And he's played as like the most, like, I think Dollenmeyer being able to play on the left of this combination too makes a difference. Like,
left-footed, yeah.
Like, Carrillo came in and kind of went straight to the center of the back three. Like, he was meant to be like, and when you've got a back three that involves Mark Navarro, who's also doing some like Sheffield United, like if people will cast their minds back, like
Chris Wilder season.
Yeah, Chris Wilder. Like, if people will remember back to the like 2019,
that was a fun,
like 2018 Sheffield United.
They were so good.
Where, I mean, Navarro is absolutely like still a part of the attack. So like to come in,
although not as much tonight.
No,
I think
no.
that there was an instruction of like, we've got a new guy back here. Let's be sensible.
Yeah, play within yourself like a little bit.
Yeah, because he's not been bombing on as much. Well done, Manny Sinupe.
That's what we like to see. He's got a simple ball there, and he just picks the tougher one.
Noah
well done again by Noah. Yeah. Chapa just needs to hit that with a little more pace, but all in all, like, I mean, Noah's been on it.
Very nearly handling outside the box. Very close.
Crafty from Diaz.
Sidewinder up to Josue.
Yeah. Lest we forget that Diaz, like, despite our terrible run, Diaz still has the best distribution of any keeper in USL by a distance, and I will stand by that.
This is Noah right here. This emoji.
Ball up towards Gomez. Oof. Yeah, that's absolutely. He's gone straight through the back of him.
That's like the third challenge like that from Lepere.
Yeah. I don't know how he's
true
avoided.
That he was booked earlier, then maybe he should be off.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't think so. That was definitely
right
reckless.
Into the tailbone there.
It's one of those where it's like, you never want to see someone like booked for actually challenging for the ball, and like that's not just challenging for the ball. Like, you're going through the player to get there.
Responsible, yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard a team described as little rascals. I love that.
That's a wholesome insult.
Little hooligans, little ne'er-do-wells. Vagabonds. Interesting to see who takes it. I think Navarro's favorite to take it from this area. Navarro's put some on target. He hasn't scored one, obviously, but he's had a couple on target. Petrovic goes for it. What a goal!
Petrovic! What a bullet!
Man, wow.
Oh, he's saying shut the Up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So
Hey, look at how the teammates swarmed him though. That's good to
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
What a goal.
Yeah.
this
No,
this
that
close up of Joe Rice is so foul.
it actually reminds me of
There's a
as
meme
we
like
see
that.
it back. Ooh,
Oh,
his
he's
wall lets
absolutely
him down.
frozen. Yeah, the
His wall
lets
lets him down. I don't know who it is on the end who just jumps out of the way.
I mean, but that's a bullet.
But no, that's a great strike. Arrowed into the corner.
And it's not the most it's not the most straightforward thing too because he's right-footed and from that angle on 69 it's nice. I'm a child.
No, and yeah, I mean, it's clear that Pitar like hasn't had the smoothest season. You know, there's been
ups and downs for sure.
Yeah, he hit like kind of the heights. Obviously, scoring in Louisville, scoring against Pittsburgh, like that goal against Pittsburgh. I still watch back and just like, man, how do we just like recapture this quality? Given that he's clearly got it in bags. I think Jake is about to roast Joe Rice because he's got a child's haircut. If we're being honest, like
he said, just fuck me up.
He said I want to look like I'm late for my middle school dance. Ooh, shot came in. Hartford kind of just like pouring forward, but man, couple of
changes on the way.
Couple of changes coming for Hartford. And
taking off Hope No made no sense. I'm just gonna say that
it made no sense, and it like
genuinely like destroyed their midfield because he was doing that kind of like, dare I say, like a Bobby Firmino role, like midfielder / forward.
Sure. No, he was definitely an extra
now
body
Ammo's
in
coming
midfield.
off, so because I think he's ineffectual without Hope No as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no one to kind of bring him into it. Like, there's no with it. Hopino was like the connective tissue between midfield and attack, and they just haven't had it since then. It is wild. Like they've looked demonstrably worse without Hopino.
Yeah. I mean,
and it was weird that they brought on a defender like in general, but it was doubly weird that they brought on as this ball goes forward to Sadie, who's offside
for sure.
Dolenmeyer's loving that offside call. Already a loco through and through. Retire the number 15 after tonight.
chill. Raise it to the rafters.
No, it's one of those things where like these
truly he was out there with the Blair Witch.
He might be the Blair Witch. No, these like the change, it already didn't make sense to bring on, like, if you're gonna make that change, is that flat ball for Lions looks amazing in towards Gomez. Oh, that would have been such a good move and goal, and a great intervention in the end from Lapierre. I believe is the one who gets the block in
really well.
And it's a corner for Locomotive.
Way to high five him,
right? But yeah, it was weird to bring on a defender for Hopino in the first place. But it's even weirder given the fact that like there's seemingly more space for Locomotive when they made a defensive change, and it's like the opposite should be true in my mind. And at the same time, I can totally see why Hopino vacating those areas essentially has made it easier for Locomotive to operate.
Well, and Hartford have also been putting themselves under the pressure with the fouls that they've been giving up in dangerous areas. So, I mean, you saw that with the Petrovic. So,
Chapa finding Gomez.
Lapierre is
he's fearless,
full-blooded. Let's say that.
He does not mind a dive He's a little little Yuma-esque, or maybe Borelli. Not afraid to go to ground.
But he's, yeah. And he is getting the ball lately anyway. Some of the other ones.
Yeah, at least recently.
Yeah.
Manny crowded out, fighting well for it at least, but I guess goes against him in the end. Well, at 2-0, 15 minutes to play, you got to say, like, it is about avoiding the shenanigans here for Locomotive, pretty much. Like, no, it's basically nothing stupid at this point. Keep the game in front of you, like, play simple, see it out.
Yes. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need another goal, although I wouldn't complain. But
for sure.
I really want the CS. I don't want to say it anymore, so I don't jinx it.
Right. I want laundered betting.
Correct. Exactly. A blank page, Taylor's version.
We can't escape her. That is a dive.
He fouled himself. Like, come on, bro.
Lil Yuma sounds like the worst SoundCloud rapper ever. Agreed.
It does. It does.
Agreed. Please, no one like steal that idea. Because if that existed, I'd truly hate myself. Lil Yuma.
15 minutes left to play.
Lions going back to Navarro. Who's that? Liam. Liam staying active, finding Petrovic. Kind of going on a journey, but eventually goes to Rice. There was almost like 3 lucky deflections en route to something there for Locomotive, which again, we absolutely deserve the bounces at this point, because Lord knows we haven't gotten them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, I almost don't want that sort of luck to come all in one night, because it's like I want to continue to reap the benefits of our horrible karma at the moment. Like, we have terrible luck. Can we not? Can the pendulum please swing the other way? Got more gamers in the chat. I am playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I am enjoying it.
What is that?
So Baldur's Gate is it's a RPG that is fully based on D&D in video game form.
Interesting.
I think he's offside here. Petrovic unlucky, because if he's inside, if he's just a couple of steps slower, like, he's inside the half and could have.
As Rice just kicks it off Petrovic. That was
kind
of funny.
Yeah, he's unlucky here, because literally if he just didn't take those couple extra steps and had stayed in our half, like, he's through on goal. And for those who don't know, you can't be offside from your own half. So
yes, the Salah goal assisted by Allison.
Yes. Salah v Man United, the classic example. I think there's 2 separate examples actually against United for Salah that assisted by Allison. Hartford trying to put something together, but they're just super disjointed since yeah, I mean, the Hopino substitution basically changed the game. Like, I hate to boil it down to one thing, but
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it really doesn't. What lead were they protecting? They didn't have the lead.
Yeah, and they had passages of play. That's great from Gomez there through the middle. He's got nice Hines. Run. Oh, Hines just plays it behind Sinupe, but nice turn for Petrovic. Can he make it 2? Doesn't capitalize, but well done from Gomez. Man, just not able to get the shots away there, but
Corner though.
Locomotive definitely feeling confident. And I would venture to say the most impressive thing tonight has just been like, obviously it's been good that we've been getting goals. The free kick is obviously also great. I think the thing that I've noticed best is just like the ball is sticking and we're turning on the ball and actually like I don't know. So often it feels like the ball is just bouncing off of us. And tonight, like they've just done a really good job of like close control, turning and finding like a good target. As that was a chance there, it looked like from Gomez, and Dollenmeyer ended up on the deck.
He's like, please don't give me another card. Yeah, I agree. The turning in the midfield has been really good, and again, post Hope No Change, that's been all the more apparent. But also the work rate tonight. I mean, everyone's put a shift in. So I can't fault the team for how hard they've worked.
I have to fashion something appropriate for this occasion.
Oh.
I'm not saying anything about it yet because we got 10 minutes left. Anything can happen.
Yes.
So
hold that thought.
I'm not saying anything, but
can y'all identify
good catch by Benny?
Is it just an easier opponent? No, I mean, again, like I said, I think we've all worked harder tonight. I mean, there was the Phoenix game pops out in my mind as where we completely gave up, and it was clear that not everyone was putting in 100%. I think tonight we've all worked hard. And the subs have been good. They've been timely. And to be fair, Noah Dollenmeyer is kind of a revelation. So.
Yep. Yeah, Dollenmeyer's been good, and
like a handball
and corner kick given, I think, in the end there.
How's Imagine Hartford sponsored by Hornitos? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say as well from Eric here. They've worked hard and believed in themselves tonight. Yeah, believed in each other. It's big. And I think we talked about how in the game against Indy was not a disaster by any means. I mean,
yeah,
I think we were much better against Indy, and that gave us hope. So glad to see that hope was not misplaced so far.
Choppa down.
Never like to see that.
Speaking of Indy, they've come back against Loudoun. They lead 2-1. Hopefully Choppa's all right.
Fouled off.
Yep.
Because Seba was subbed off. That's hilarious.
And it looks like Abarca's being readied. And Choppa might be done.
Has Abarca played this season? Maybe the
I think he's made a couple of sub appearances.
Well, no better player to bring on than someone who's scored against Hartford before, so.
Right? Can he make it too? That's the question.
Great goal too.
Yeah. Think it actually made SportsCenter top 10 on that night as well.
Yeah. Amazing. We've had a lot of bangers in our history.
The I was gonna say when we were talking about
Holy crap,
another full-blooded challenge.
that's a hearty challenge. Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm trying to think. Best goal. It's an interesting conversation. Best goal in team history.
I mean, there's like what technically best goals, like from a technical perspective, or like what it meant kind of goal.
I would say they're two different categories.
Yeah,
I think
because
Abarca's is up there in terms of like technical quality.
I always go back to Edson Partida on El Paso Strong Night,
Yeah.
because that's both like what it meant and the skill.
Yeah. I would say yeah, Christian hit on one of the goals that's definitely up there for me, which is Dylan had a banger in a derby back when we won those.
Matt Boehner.
But yeah, like that goal, like definitely in terms of significance, just like sticks. You know, I even from the when you think about that like first home playoff game, and I know it's like somewhat tainted now, but Velasquez, like the third goal in the playoff game against Sacramento, in that first home playoff game, and like taking off down the dugout, and like like getting mobbed. Deflection, wicked deflection there, but Diaz able to collect. Hartford's coach is appealing for something. I'm gonna assume handball. I don't really know what else they would have. Yeah.
Cameraman, wake up. The ball has
gone.
No,
I think Eric's right too. I mean, Diego Luna definitely scored some lovely goals. Why are they showing a replay right now? Like, we are on the attack.
That's not a handball.
No, there's nothing in that.
Proximity. Come on.
Lucho. Oh, you know what? Lucho's not this one. Was it last year against RGV? Or no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago against RGV, the back heel volley against RGV, like that one for Lucho is definitely.
I love Lucho's goal this year too, though. That the power on that goal and Miles Lyons doing the defender there.
Playoff game against Fresno, Christian as well. Kiffy scored that, a right-footed like banger to, I think, to get us back into it. Because we were actually
booked.
We were actually, because we were trailing in that game. I think it was 2-1, and Kiffy equalized with like an absolute thunderbolt.
Am I going to hell because I don't remember this?
What, the
Maca's?
So it's a little bit of a weird one. I want to say it's against Colorado Springs. And he's getting like manhandled by a defender, and this isn't to like split hairs. I don't know that I would necessarily classify it as a bicycle kick, but he kind of like wraps his leg around the guy as he's getting like dragged to the ground.
Okay.
And it was off a corner, like he's getting marked and getting like half tackled, like on his, and like still scores with this guy like on his back, basically.
I think I'm remembering that now. Yeah.
And I think I think we got like shirt off Maca for that one. So, because I think that was his second goal of the game, I think, as well.
He was a nutter, wasn't he? Like he used to like spray beer on people. Ugh.
They have the ball in the back of the net, but the flag is up for offside. I was like, why is Nick not marking this guy? But I think he saw that the linesman had already lifted the flag, because I was about to roast Nick Hines for not running back.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Too bad for Cabano, because that was a decent finish.
Yeah, yeah. Man, this guy's really.
He is giving it the biggin, as they say. Wow, Chris
What?
Garcia lives.
Chris Garcia is alive.
He's
He has
on.
been
He's
let
on.
out of Brian's basement. There aren't basements in El Paso, but you get my meaning.
There's some downtown.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I think that foul's gonna go against us, and Garcia straight
There's
into
Chris
the
right
action.
now. Nick and Chris on the same side is wicked. Like all that pace, all that drive.
That's
Look
true.
at
And
Namazi,
fresh.
dude. He should be sent off. What? He just knocked the ball
Yeah,
out of Nick Hines' hands. Are you kidding me?
yeah.
What an absolute tool.
Especially given the red card that was given in the San Diego Wave game last night.
This guy's officially. I'm a hater now. I'm a Namazi hater.
I am a
Knocked the ball out
hater.
of Nick Hines' hands.
I'm joining the official.
I saw a
hate
meme the other
club.
day that was like, they say it costs nothing to be kind, like being a hater isn't free too. And I was just like, exactly.
Yeah, this does not cost money. No one's collecting dues for me to hate.
Yo, those breadsticks be hitting. And yeah, I'm only saying this because my grandmother's no longer alive to like get pissed off, but
I was gonna say, so the other day at a work function, they ordered Olive Garden, and I they were boxing up stuff, like, because we had a bunch of leftovers, and they were like, oh, take this home, and I was like, you don't understand, I can't. And my in-laws were in town at that time. I was like, if I take Olive Garden home to my New York Italian mother-in-law, she'll disown me. Like, they'll like cut me out of the will. Like, I was like, we're not
doing
it's
that.
like, you don't understand, I can't afford to bring this home because it's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I like it for what it is, which is Italian inspired food.
Yeah.
It's not Italian food.
Exactly.
But it is good for what it is.
No, and that's what it's completely
but
like,
I would
there's
never ever around my grandparents ever.
Yeah.
So I totally get it.
It's like
that's because they'd be like, why? Because their thing is, why would you eat that when we could have real Italian food? Like,
right. Yeah. No, my mother-in-law would be like, what? I could go buy chicken cutlets. Like, what? You don't think I can make?
Just say
you don't think
that
I can make a
if you
chicken
wanted
parm?
me to make it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You should have just asked, darling.
What, fettuccine Alfredo? That's like 2 steps. That's so easy.
Jake has us like spiraling about Olive Garden now.
About Olive Garden. You've chosen the wrong restaurant, sir. As the free kick's gone Locomotive's way. There are 4 minutes added on it, and only a couple of minutes left. I think we're probably spiraling because we're trying not to focus on the fact that like something's happening here.
Yeah, exactly.
I am very interested by this Portuguese contingent.
There are a lot of Portuguese people in New England.
Okay.
Boston has a big Portuguese population. Rhode Island, some of Connecticut, some of New Jersey. But yeah, they were like out there. Like all of them were in Portugal, kids.
Yeah.
Was that kid being abducted?
I don't think so, but oh yeah. I know, we're spiraling because we're up, and we're trying not to
It's
stress
okay
about
to
it.
not be okay.
Yeah, typically the
Get
spiraling
BetterHelp
is
sponsor
because
us.
we're and Niall Logue booked in what is the most fitting thing to happen in this game.
Man, people are beating the traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, the big crowd has dwindled for sure. Restarting from the free kick. Only about 20 seconds left.
Well done.
And with some editing. Oh,
Ooh.
man.
Now that would have been a screamer.
Yeah. I wanted that to go in for so many reasons.
Niall, I don't think we ever had beef with Niall. We've definitely, I'm just gonna put that
No.
out here. We've definitely been yelled at by Yuma in the DMs, but
No, I don't think Niall
that's
ever
Yuma
had
for
an
you.
issue with us. I think it was. I think he had pretty well documented stuff with the manager, but
Yeah,
and I think he more so reached out to us like for to tell
clarification.
his side, but
Yeah.
Locomotive win.
We win, guys. We've won.
We've
We've
won
gotten
2-0.
3 points.
I'm gonna go on mute for a little bit while I edit the tweet that I'm about to send from Seriously Loco.
Okay, bet.
But discuss,
That
and I
feels
will still be
good.
listening.
This feels good. This feels really good. A win and a clean sheet on the road. I mean, can we build on this though? What do we think? What do we think we could take away from this chat? Because you've been listening to me all night, but I want to hear y'all. Thanks, Roland. Thanks for hanging out. I know. What is this indeed? Thank God, man. It was so overdue. Look at this diabolical face that Phil's making. He's about to hit us with a banger. Yeah. Hartford is bad, to be fair, but they also their manager is also brain dead for taking Hope No off and then acting like a complete tool and getting booked. So I think the management of Hartford was bad tonight. They're not actually like a dog shit team. It looks like they're being managed poorly. Uh, and everyone in the East is just bad. Yeah, this too as well. I think we saw the lowest point against Phoenix, and then there's been a bit of an apex from there, but feels good, man. We haven't had a win on stream in quite a while, I feel like. So I think the minute that Brian Clarehouse showed tonight was very good as well. I think each sub was timely. I think each sub made sense. So yeah, very good. And Benny tonight was quiet in a good way. He didn't do anything that was like shocking or outrageous like he's done in the past couple games, to be fair. So just did the basics right.
Yeah, I think this from Eric is absolutely it. Like the team just needs to they just needed to find the belief.
Yep.
And I mean, you could see like when the Petrovic goal goes in, like you could see what it meant to everybody. And it's one of those where they scrap in the first goal and then just did, like you said, like they didn't do anything crazy. They didn't play a blinder or anything like that. They just did simple stuff right. They didn't let the ball bounce off them. And like at the moments when Hartford looked like they were going to start to threaten, or like they were threatening, they dealt with it. Like they handled the pressure. They handled, I think, Dolenmeyer plays a big role. McHugh plays a big role.
McHugh was outstanding.
McHugh was very good. I think Navarro acquits himself well on the night as also.
Navarro really he did kind of the opposite of what he did in Indy, where he took a back seat but was still very, very good rather than being kind of the main man. So
and then
played like a defender tonight.
Chapa and Liam as a partnership. Liam, I think, was good over the course of the night. Chapa definitely started choppy. Like, yes. It was not good at the beginning, and it got much better. And some of the stuff that he was doing, like I said, during the course of the game, like some of the stuff he was doing towards the end of the match, or not towards the end of the match, but in the middle, I guess, of the match, was like reminiscent of the stuff that we expect to see from Chapa when he's in midfield. So that is what I'm really I don't know. It just everybody looked like themselves tonight, which
Yeah.
is the source of like all our frustration up till now. Like the fact that we haven't had like we've had these just weird performances where everybody is kind of playing like in a way that either isn't them or just isn't, I don't know. The whole thing is just really, it's been so strange. And so this felt just, I mean, it's just one of those things where I think now the thing that Claerhaut needs to do is like really capitalize on the momentum and the fact that like, hey, we know who we are, we know what we bring, like let's just continue to do those things, because again, nothing crazy that we did tonight, and the run that we have now of games coming can be momentum builders. Like we play Monterey Bay, we play Vegas. Like Orange County is going to be tricky, I'll be honest, but like we play a couple of like soft touches here on out, and we need to make the most of it. Like we need to go in with like max confidence out of these next like 3 or 4 matches. And this was a great start to that. And I mean, at the end of the day, clean sheet win.
On the road.
It really is on the road. It's just exactly what the doctor ordered, and the manner in which it happened, it didn't take anything extraordinary. It was like, it was just, yeah, like you said, back to basics. So, man, I feel good. I have, I don't know if you've seen the tweet, but
I did. Amazing. You did not let us down, Phil. But yeah, no, thank you all for hanging out with us. It's always a good time, even when we lose, but it's better when we win.
Yeah,
so
always a pleasure.
All right.
Thanks
well,
all.
Until next time. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Stay loco.
Stay